Hello YouTube, Partyhat back again with another video, and today's video is going to be the next episode of our Making My Dreams a Reality series. And to start this episode off, we are going to be doing some Partyhat King. I just finished one trip, and these are the drops that I got from the coin share split in Kings 247 FC. It's a pretty good FC. Everyone's pretty good. Obviously they're not the best, but everyone's kind of learning and getting kills at the same time. We got various shark drops, and I think all we got was sharks and lanodines, and I made it out with 18 of the 20 lanodines, which is pretty good for almost 750k in loot. And you guys might also notice 21 mil in the coin pouch, and if you guys remember the end of last episode, we only had about 7 mil, and I'm going to go ahead and explain that. How I managed to make the 14 mil was I have been playing a lot of old school RuneScape, and here's the client here I've been playing on, and what I've been doing is merchanting on there, and most of the money I make I swap over for EOC. So 1 mil is usually 7 or 8 mil, so I took 1 to 7 on 2 mil that I swapped over, and I have about 10 mil left on there that I'm using to merchant with, and that's gonna help me out a lot on making money. And that's something I've been doing also while I've been fishing the sharks, which you guys have known. I'll give you guys a little update on that as well. And let me find them. Actually, there they are, almost 7.5k sharks fished, and here's the loot tab. Pretty good stuff. And with that being said, I'm gonna go make another trip at the Partyhat King, and hopefully we can get a drygore or some onyx bolts. Those are probably the best drops. Trip 2 is now complete, and these are the loots we did get. We did get a little bit more varied loot, but this is the biggest loot right here, the grimy landodines, and then we got some other more crappy loot, and I think it's going to total up to about 750k again, but obviously I got more kills that trip and some more good loot, so I'm going to re-gear and go back, and I don't know if I'm going to stay till I get a drygore. Just depends on when I get a drygore, but if I do get one, I will probably stop and pick another boss to do. But I'm at probably around 10 to 12 kills right now, so the drop rate is 1 in 32, so hopefully I can get one soon. Alright guys, so that trip is over, and not as many loots that time. The LSP did run out, it seems, and these are the last bit of loots that I did manage to get, and that was about 6 or 8 kills, and 500k, so not terrible considering 6 or 8 kills, but obviously no drygore, and these are some of the best drops that aren't drygores, the dehides and the onyx bolts, but we didn't get very many of them from either drop, so I'm going to go ahead and chuck them into the drop tab. And I think I'm going to do another abyssals test because it was just reset, so I'm going to go ahead and finish the tests I have. I think I have like 100 graders. I'm not going to go to Zamorak. I'm just going to kill the graders in Kurdel's dungeon, then force my abyssal task for the day, and maybe go back to some Partyhat King after that. We'll have to see, but no drygore as of right now. Alright guys, so this is after the fact commentary, and last night at like 1 in the morning, that's why this is after the fact commentary, I did go to Partyhat King, and it's actually a continuation of the clips you just saw, but the luck actually started coming in, and first clip we got a trio offhand drygore rapier. It was almost a duo, as you guys saw in the clip. He died right after we received the split. And then we decided to go off into the other guy's FC because we didn't want anyone to crash it. And then we did receive an offhand drygore mace, which is pretty bad, but it's still loot. We got like 5.3 mil split from that, and 8.5 mil, no, it was like 11 mil from the offhand rapier. And then after that, my friend that doesn't play very often anymore got on, and we did decide to go to Sarah, and we did loot 2 Ceradomin's Whispers, which is pretty good. They're around 6 mil each, but they really only sold for about 5.3 and 5.1. So we only made it out with like 12 mil-ish. And then after that, we went right back to Partyhat King, and we did receive another offhand drygore rapier. So all offhands this episode, which is kind of depressing because the main hands are worth a lot more, like 12 to 15 mil more depending, and 20 mil more if it's the mace like we had in that case. But a drop is a drop, so I'm not going to be too fussed about it. And we did end up making like 20 some mil off these drygore splits and 5 mil from Sarah, so very, very good bossing recently. Alright guys, so that is going to conclude this episode of Making My Dreams a Reality, but before I let you guys go, I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on the loop tab and how the series is going. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, And here is everything that we've accumulated so far for this series. We got full subjugation with abyssals. Really need to upgrade those. I'll probably be buying Virtus in the next episode, so stay tuned for that. And other than that, we got a few keys. We got a lot of Slayer stuff in here. 10.5k sharks fished. That I've been doing while I've been playing on 07 while merchanting, which will explain this. I'll talk about that in a second. Got a lot of KK loots, the black dragon hides, rune bars, quarms, the onyx bolts, which I can never find for some reason. They're in here, so there they are. And just a whole bunch of loot in here. And then we have our Armadil with our royal crossbow and our bandos with dual drygores. And then this 117 mil. Now you might ask how you got that, because in the last clip I think I had 22 mil, and then obviously you saw the drygore splits, which were a good amount, but there's like some amount of money missing there. And the reason for that is I swapped over 8 mil 07 for 1 to 7, which is 56 mil, so roughly half of that. And so that is what I'm going to be doing with the 07. Now, you might see it as cheating. I really don't, because it's actually more work to do the merchanting on 07 than it is to go to Calfight King, as you guys saw in the last 3 drops. But I think it's way more fun to merch on 07 than it is in EOC, mostly due to the buy limits in the Grand Exchange. Because if you guys don't know, in old school, you basically sit there with your auto typer and you say buying item for, say you're buying a Fury, you want to pay 2.9 mil for it, which isn't a bad price, but it's definitely not the best. You sit there with your auto typer, someone trades you, you buy Fury 2.9 mil. Now if you have more than 2.9 mil, you can continue to buy Furies at that price until you can't buy anymore, and then you sell them. Say you want to make 200k a margin and you want to sell them for 3.1 mil, you can sell all of them and then repeat process. There's no limit on them that you can buy, and once you know what the margin is for an item, you can sit there and just make unlimited money essentially. And the more popular your item is, the more money you can make. So that is why I like merching on 07 more. There's nothing wrong with merching on EOC, but it's also 7 times better to merch on 07. Every time you make 200k, which isn't a bad margin on EOC, you make 1.4 mil EOC, so just think of it that way. So if you guys don't play 07 at all, simply just make an alt account and start merching on it. Just get like 1 mil swapped over from your main and start merching from 1 mil. I started at 100k and worked my way all the way up to 20 mil, and I'm sitting on about 12 mil now. It's like 11.9, but basically 12 mil. And it definitely pays dividends, and you can do something boring like fish sharks on your main, so you're not totally EXP wasting, and it's just free money with the sharks as well. So I'm going to be keeping this loot tab throughout the series. I might sell it when we get close to a goal item. Like I said, I'm going to be upgrading to Virtus in the Wand and Book, and then after that I'm going to be going for dual Ascensions. So I'll probably be selling the loot tab once we get to the dual Ascensions. So that's probably how I'm going to run this. Other than that, nothing's really changed in the bank. Just some Silverhawk feathers that I won off the treasure hunter and etc. But I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, hit the like button. It helps me out a ton. Share this on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that other fun stuff if you guys want to. It helps me out loads. And let me know if you did in the comments. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. And as always, have a nice day.